Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to apply an alpha channel / opacity mask to a Redshift material. So I've got my cylinder set up here. I've applied a metallic material to it just so that it highlights the material a little bit better when you apply the opacity mask / alpha channel. And the next thing we're going to do is get started creating our material. So we're in Redshift. The default material will be a Redshift material. It's a little bit misleading because this new default material might imply that it's a physical renderer material, which of course it's not. If you're in the physical renderer, then you would get a physical renderer material. But just to bear that in mind, I expected it to say create new Redshift material. That's all. So here we go, and we have now got our Redshift standard material. So we need to first create a color splitter. Now, what the color splitter does, it splits colors, funnily enough. So RGB, red, green, and blue, and your alpha channel there. So so we're going to want the alpha channel, and once we've selected our PSD, which is here, it's just an ordinary PSD with a vector smart object embedded. You can obviously use PSDs with Redshift, which is great. So I'm just going to pop that in here, and we're going to bring the output to the input of the color splitter. And now you can see in here it's updated the material preview. And we're going to just drag from the alpha channel into the opacity channel of the Redshift standard material, and that's going to knock out that bit there for us. Now, of course, one thing to bear in mind is you can use the detail from the PSD. You can use the color, or if you've got a logo in there, you can actually use that by dragging the out color into the color channel here. That will, of course, give you the color what it is in the PSD, for want of better English. However, if you don't want to do that, the options there, you can just double click these node things, whatever they're called, these connections, and then it'll just give you the color of the actual material, which you can control directly from within the UI. So that's a handy little thing to know. So we're just going to apply this material here. And one of the quirks of Redshift, of course, is that it seems to not like the viewport in Cinema 4D. It doesn't give you an accurate preview. So we'll just hit preview render here on the Redshift view pane, render pane, and we'll see here now we do have our material applied. Of course, we've selected UVW mapping by default, so that's of course going to be all over the place. Never been a fan of UVW mapping in Cinema 4D, if I'm honest, but there you go. We can just select a cylindrical. That will of course give us a cylindrical map, which you can see here. So yeah, just to demonstrate the color change, that's what you do. And if you have more detail in there, of course that'll appear then with your PSD. And that's basically it. Nice and easy, nice and simple, nice and quick. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. All the best with your creative journey. Take care out there. I will see you next time. Bye bye.